Yeah, he made it sound like that, and he'll even tell you it's basically like the Wizard of Oz. He's going to be up there making all the voices, where I'm just sitting in the background. Nobody even knows I'm there, and I just pull the strings. That's exactly the way that he described how we work, and that's pretty much it. Like I don't go to the forums. He goes to the forums. He's like the voice, and then he'll come back and ask me questions, and I'll go, oh, yeah, okay, like that. But you know, it's the whole thing is like I created all this stuff. It's like I'm sorry you got caught in this thing, but the whole thing is if I told Chuck, well, I'm gonna like in January, well, I'm gonna start building my infrastructure and moving on over. I want to make sure that I had all the key files because we've got a patch script, and I want to make sure that all the key files are on our server because it is WiFiGator. And there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to keep up to date until the very last minute, until we just moved everything over. And there's just some things that I just didn't want to be locked out of. I apologize for doing this the way that I did it, but if I told Chuck that I was going to do this stuff, I would have been locked out of too much stuff that I needed access to. And also, in that time that I was doing this stuff, I don't know if you remember, between January and when we took this over, I worked my butt off. I got Aaron, I got all the bugs worked out of that authorized.net thing, which that took me a couple weeks. There was a few other things, and and at this time, I already knew that I was moving over. I could have delayed stuff, but I fixed a bunch of different things. I did fix a little thing where you could drag the node on the map, and I already knew that I should have just kept that for myself at the time, but I figured I'm just going to toss Chuck these little bones, just so that he thinks I'm working for him and I'm making my move. And I'm sorry to, put it that way, but it's like keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. So the whole time that I was making all this stuff with Mark, I was working like from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, just nonstop. I was just brain dead. So and Chuck had me working on all kinds of stuff right up until the time I went down to the Keys. And so while I'm working on all this stuff for Chuck, which was taking pretty much most of the day, in the extra time, I'm working on moving everything over to our server, making sure that, like on MX1. And the reason why I put that thing up there for people to change their subscription, I could have easily emailed them. The problem is Chuck knew everybody's username and password. So if you could just go in there and start editing stuff, you're going to oh, my name is Lauren. Blah, blah, blah. I already saw what he did to our little demo and stuff like that. So sorry to ramble on, but, Chuck is just he's not good for, what do I want to say, to make yourself, your company look good. Chuck is very unprofessional, and I've got just so many messages in Facebook about that. So, okay, sorry.